Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, we've got the Cooljob Raffle Flutter drawer. We've got the Living Green compost updates, and of course Land of the Giants, the good, bad and definitely the ugly. But for now we'll have a little look around at the giant veg, and just to whet your appetite, hopefully you can see there everybody that was entered into the who got a raffle ticket. Well done to everybody, and apologies to anybody that tried to get a raffle ticket after the designated draw, but the rules are the rules. So let's go and have a look at the Land of the Giants. So these were the condor that we planted into the Spider Farmer grow bags. I think, and so does Steve at Digwell Green Fingers, that we may have had a little bit of early blight which affected them, so I'm going to be revealing those today. The winds that we've had have wrecked a lot of the fruit trees. I've stuck the wheelbarrow in there to hopefully hold it up for now until I can get it propped up properly. And the blackberries come to the same fate. Hopefully you can see that with the sunshine. Not so much wind now, but it's been raining all day. Today is Saturday the 2nd of July. Can't believe we're in July already. So these were the later sown condors that I had off Frank. As you can see, there's definitely something going on, and these are still going strong for now. The ones in the blue barrels, we've lost one there. I've taken all the leaves off this one just to try and keep it going. And these are the ones that we did have the early chitting and potting up. I don't think it's really worked for me. I may as well leave them till a bit later, like the ones on the far side then there that we didn't chit, we didn't pot up early. But I'm glad I did it two different ways. It's like growing two different varieties of vegetables, like cucumbers. One year one might be good, and next year another one might not be. So it's always best to plant extra varieties. Hopefully they'll be okay, but we'll be revealing those in the wheelbarrow shortly, and save anything that has grown for seed next year. So these are my giant carrots, and they've been mulched with some Living Green compost, and I have now found one stone and one piece of plastic. Not bad for the amount of compost that I'd been sent me. Whether you can see here, hang on, there, that carrot is growing really well, and the Living Green compost, since I've actually put it in place, has actually done a marvellous job. This one here, which was a Medwin's carrot with hoof and horn at the bottom and the top, has split, but I'm going to leave it there. And I've heaped up now and mulched, and I'm going to mulch it again with the Living Green compost. So these giant carrots are sponsored by Living Green Compost, one of my sponsors. So they're looking good at the moment. Really pleased with them. Now, I did speak of leaving these in just in case they would last, but now you can see they've all dropped down, and they'll start going rotten, feeding the crowns. And there's a successional pulling of every one of the sticks. So hopefully along the route somewhere we may get 3 nice sticks of rhubarb for the 3 heavier sticks for Malvern. In the first year of showing at the Giant Vegetable Show, I got a 6th for my rhubarb. I was very happy. It must be the weight of all these fruits that's made it fall over, but the winds have been absolutely awful. Excuse me. But there is absolutely plenty of fruit. It's a good year for fruit this year, and you know how expensive fruit can be when you buy it in the shops. It isn't as cheap as the vegetables. Fruit always seems to stay expensive. Well, that's disappointing. That was my giant cabbage, and it looks like the winds got to that as well. And there's my giant green cabbage. Whether it'll grow or not, I don't know, but I'm certainly glad I didn't take off the side shoot. At least we may get some seed to plant next year. My last giant beetroot is going to seed. Again, disappointing. That was a late sowing. Probably didn't like it inside, but a lot of the growers do them inside, so I don't know. Just one of those. I'll try again next year. One of the giant tomatoes, that's the one with the mega bloom. It's growing nicely, and we'll take the side shoots out. And here again we've got another mega bloom, so we'll take everything else off. So it may be, if that turns out bigger than this one, we'll be taking that one off to let this one grow for the later show, which is end of September, for the giant vegetable show at Malvern. The mega bloom on this one has failed, so it's a good job we took the rest off, and now we're just going to be waiting for another mega bloom to come on there. Come on, point it. So that one looks good, so we'll take that off, that one and the rest, and we'll let the rest grow. We've got nothing on here at the moment. We'll see how that develops, see how that one develops. Cucumbers are very slow this year for me. So we've got two giant cucumbers, either the heavy or for the long, and they're just perking up now. It's no good doing them too early, because if the fruits develop, they'll go yellow and they won't be allowed to be entered. So we're on to the long roots, and they're not doing very well, I'm afraid. That's the last lot of radishes on the longest day. Beetroot, carrot and parsnip. And then at the back there's the radish we planted earlier on. There's the beetroot, carrot and radish there. Let's just hope they perk up. I'd like to blame the weather, but I don't know. Just might have been my compost mix. I don't add any nutrients until at least 2 meters down the tubes, but we'll have to wait and see. But the gravity water timer has been a godsend, so I can't blame the watering, and hopefully I haven't watered too much, but we'll take any lessons and we'll learn from them this year. So here's the first of the condors. I'll keep them well away from the rest of the tomatoes, and I won't be handling anything later on, whether there's anything here or not. And there's a good characteristic of the condor potato. It grows extra bits. Well, really we want them absolutely massive, considering there wasn't much growth. That's quite a nice potato, and I'm going to save all of those. But sometimes, even if the shoots don't show, they will actually sprout potatoes, and these are grown in the Spider Farmer grow bags. Nothing to do with Spider Farmer, but for one spud we've got 2 in return. Just do this one. Got one there. Another one there, bit of green on it, but it doesn't matter. You mustn't eat green potatoes, but you can definitely use them for seed. This is my homemade compost, so this will be an ideal addition to my growing spaces next year. So nothing to talk about, excuse me Swede, but that one will definitely be worth one planting on, because it's grown that extra bit, and the genes in that might help. And there's a red wriggler, and why do they call them red wrigglers? Because they wriggle. So let's get on to the important bit, the Cooljob Raffle Flutter drawer. So I'm going to cut all the names out. I'll hold them high in the air, and whichever name or ticket, raffle ticket, the most of the raffle ticket on each one will be the winner. And if it's a close call, we'll take any tickets that are close and actually flutter those again. So bear with me. So that's the tickets all done, and which obviously whichever ticket's closest to whichever pair of gloves. These aren't the gloves that have been sent, the other ones are in the boxes ready to go. Whichever one completely covers or is nearest, that's the glove you'll be sent personally from me. So I've just been giving them a quick shuffle about, make sure that I don't drop anybody's, and I've shortened the names on some just to protect any identities. But I'm going to there we go, I'm going to hold them up as high as I can, and we'll see what happens. It may all go wrong, it may all go right. Not much wind again today for a change. Here we go. So I'm going to lift you off. Sorry about this, but we don't want any cheating. So there's the one for the Thinkgreen. That's a definite one. Apologies, Susan, didn't quite make it, and it's a Glen, and I think they're going a long way to where they're going to. Right, let's see. We can count out Phil, and those 3 are very close, so I'm going to clear the decks, and we've got Karen, Ray Green, and Deborah Thomas. I'm going to clear all the tickets and drop them down. We'll clear Glenn's and make sure Glenn gets his, and we'll have a tidy up. I'll leave those 3 tickets where they are, and I'll pick those up shortly. So I'll just pause and record. The rest of you have been composted, so I'm going to pick these up now, and nearest to the gloves will be the winner. So let's see how we go. Oh, just found another one here. I'll pop that in the compost bin in a moment. So we'll pick these up, and we'll just give them a shuffle, and it's straight up and straight down. Right, I'll keep you so Ray, upside down Ray, is there. Deborah is there, and Karen is over there, and I'm going to have to measure that, but I do believe it is Deborah, but I'm just going to measure it. Very technical measurements as he touches the comfrey. So we've got there's the mark for Deborah, and there's Currants, and we're a few inches short. So Deborah and Glenn, if you send me your addresses, I'll get those off to you as soon as I can. Thank you for everyone who took part. And the links to the Cooljob site is in the description below. The little V in the corner, press that and you'll see everything that I have reviewed, etc. And all the links to the different sites and my videos. Just to finish off, we did speak about how well the fruits are doing this year. Apples are doing really well. I've never had so many conference pears, and you can probably see why this apple tree has fallen over. The supports have gone. It's my fault, but wasn't expecting. And this is a different variety of pear. They were all conference, but when you buy them cheap from the cheap stores, you don't know what you're getting, and you definitely don't know what rootstock you're getting. This is the plum tree. That's never right. Let's see if there's any plums left. Oh, we've got more plums than I've had before, but it's still not productive enough. And as you can see with the rootstock, it's just going mad, getting too big. And if it gets above 6 foot, I'll get a letter. So I'll be getting a letter shortly, I bet. Summer fruiting raspberries. We cut all these down last year because we wasn't sure whether they were autumn or summer, and they've absolutely given me a plentiful harvest. At least 4 punnets a day off this and the other one we'll show you shortly, but they're really yummy. Excuse me. The autumn fruiting, they've had the comfrey now, and they're flying, and we always seem to get the lower branches. Oh, I didn't see that one. To get 1 or 2 fruits first, but again, I think this is going to be a bumper crop. Excuse me. And we've already had a little look at the blackberries and the weeds, but again, this is going to beat last year's harvest by a mile. I've been using the green strops, lifting straps that are single use, and I've done a little bit of pruning, and this is absolutely 100% better than it's ever been. We're getting 1 or 2 blueberries coming now. Excuse me. The black currants are in an abundance again. We'll lose a few of these because they'll just drop off, as you can see, on the floor, but to harvest these I'll wait till they're all ready and then just scrape them off. The red currants on the younger plants are just started to come now. Again, absolutely loaded. These are the younger ones. The guzgogs and the white currants have just been completely amazing. We just can't pick them quick enough before they go over. And basically I just pop these straight in my mouth and strip them off. Excuse me. Whoops, stalk as well. Hang on a minute, that was a bit silly. Damn nice though. Still struggling with weeds in here. There's the bush that's not very old, and here's the other summer fruiting one that's in the cage, protects them from the birds. And again, I've just been taking the bigger fruits. Not all of them have been very big this year. Some smaller ones. I've just been taking the good ones. Excuse me. But growing the gooseberries high up vertically is going to make them a lot easier to harvest. And I've been having the odd one or two. Excuse me. But everywhere is completely loaded. I haven't cut that one off. I'll train that to go uphill, but it's absolutely loaded wherever you look. And using the acacia compost this year instead of the pine needles has paid dividends. Looking to have a nice crop of blueberries, and again you can see they're so much easier to pick, and those thorns are really sharp. I have a poorly belly again. There's the new shoots we'll be saving for next year, but you see some of the branches have flopped over, but I'm really happy with everything that's going on. But if you've liked the video, please give it a like or a dislike for the interaction. Subscribe if you wish, so you don't miss any future episodes. It's all free. And happy gardening to you all, and don't forget the comments. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now. Excuse me.